Good morning, class. Today we will see the topic. The next topic in the data structure representation is a queue. So in yesterday's class, we have been discussed what is a stack and how we are representing a stack. What are the operations to be performed on a stack, and the algorithm. And also we have seen that how these executions will be done by using method. So likewise, here we also see in today's class what is another type of a structure which is used to store the data, that is a queue here. So in normal life or any situation, we have the word as a queue. So this letter or this word represents the anything what you are present will be form a line, and whatever entering means if you are specifying that arranging the books or arranging a plates or forming a line with the human beings also, whatever it is, the first one what you have been inserted in that data, that is what stored, will be removed or will be accessed at the first only. Means the first which one is in, out will be the first one only. So the order of processing, the order of a specifying the queue here is the first in, first out. This is also a linear structure and follows the opposite of the stack. Here in the stack, what you are doing, last in, first out. But in the queue, what you are preferring here is the first one which comes into this storage will be get out of that one first only. So how we are specifying as an example here. So we are taking several examples into the pile of classes. What you are chosen is a stack one. Means what you are considered will be specified here. If you are taking the bookshelf as that one, what is we are having, books will be arranged in a manner, and we can take the book from both ends. From the both ends, we can collect the book there. Likewise, here also what it is specifying, for the first one, what it is being entered into this structure will be the first one out. So the example here is the group of consumers who are waiting in a line to get something. So the first one will be served first, whoever get into the line here. So what could be the difference here? So here in the previous representation, means in the previous class, we have seen that the stack what you are representing is using same end for the insertion and the same end for the deletion. But considering the queue, what it is specifying here is, if you are inserting the values into that one, that is you are entering into the queue, that is NQ. If you are inserting a value into the one, we are using that read and the next friend. So the first in what we are specifying will be considered as a first element to be deleted only. So if you see next slide, then you will get the clear idea. So here what I am taking, so I am specifying that I have been entered a line, the numbers what you have chosen, there is a 1 2 3 4 5. So here the DQ will be, the deletion of the element will be done in such a way that the first element what you have been entered has to be deleted first here. So that's why we are maintaining two entry, that is a 2 points for processing here. And how come we are getting the accessing of that one here is, we are using the pointers here. So it is pointing to the front one and it is representing to the rear pointer. So whenever you are adding the values to that one, what it is doing, this rear point has been moving. Means for example, you have been first value. So the first value means it is at the first front and it is at the last one only, because you don't have the much values here. You have only one value in this structure. So if you are representing insertion of that first value, that is a second value, then the rear pointer will move to the next value because this one is the end one. And then next this one, like that, what it is doing, it is representing all these values here. So after the presentation of all the values, it will be decided that which any value to be inserted or not. If it is full, then there is no any circumstances to allow an element into that one. How come we are banning that on? How we are going to stop that operations means we will select the value to be compared with the size of the array or the size of the structure, and we will mention overflow likewise in the previous example. So for overflow will be specified here. And what could be the operations we are using here? So likewise in stack, we are using 8 such operations. In 8 such, we design 6 as a another operations, but 2 have been considered as a primary. The 6 will be considered as secondary, or mostly we can use or not use. That depends upon the user's wish. But considering the 2 primary operations, we need to perform the insertion or the deletion. We need to be considered this one. So likewise, like stack, we are also using some operations in queue. First one is the NQ, and then next one is a DQ. These 2 are considered as a prime operations or the primary operations. And like there are also we are having peak, is full or is empty, and then next we are also having the count, display, like methods. So what it is doing is it is supporting is full, is empty, and peak also. So we are having 3 such another methods to be gathered here. So coming to the first method, which is used to insert an element at the right side. So here at the point where we are inserting will be specified as a rear end. What it is doing is it will specify that we are inserting an element from that end. If you want to delete an element, that is DQ, deleting an element, this operation will be performed from the front end of the queue. Means from where we have been specified like this in the previous example. From this side, we will be deleting the elements. So when you are entering the first element will be presented here. So when you are entering the second element, what it is doing, it is moving to the left. And at the front end, what it is doing, it is been taking the first value to be deleted. So if it is not like that, what it is doing, it is representing that the first value is at the rear, and the next what could be the front end means it is also pointing to the first value. If you are having only the 1 point, that is a 1 value. So if you are going to the delete an element from this queue, what it has to do is nothing but we need to check for the possibility of here. So in the previous sessions, we also seen that if you want to enter a value into the stack, what it has to do, we need to check for the whether it is empty or not. If you want to delete an element, we need to check for whether it consists of some elements or not. So here we have to specify these to be done in such a manner only. So if you want to enter an element into the queue, likewise, we need to check for the whether it is been having some elements or not. So if it is been having some elements, what it is doing, there could be possibility of that is applying the pop operation. If it is not like that, means if you are having some empty elements and empty is there. So what you have to do, you need to insert the elements. So if it is a overflow consideration, then it is not the possibility to enter the elements into that one. Means already it is a full of elements there. Then we won't be able to insert an element into that one. If a queue is at the underflow means it is empty. It is an empty one. What it has to do, we need to insert elements into that one. So likewise, is full and is empty are supporting us to perform the operations here. So what are the operations it is providing? Is full means it is completely full, what you have to do, we need to stop enqueuing there. Enqueuing means entering the elements into that one. We can perform deletion of the elements from the queue. If it is empty, that is underflow, what it has to do, it has to take the elements to be stored into that structure. And after all, what it is doing, it should allow the dequeue operation has to be done by that one. And coming to the next one, peak. So here, likewise in a previous one, what it has to do is it will return the element what it has been pointing. So in the previous one, what it is doing, in the peak operation, which is the stack, it returns the position of the element what you are seeking. Means, for example, I have been entered some element, so where it lies will be specified there. But here, what is the peak operation which is performing here is, it is returning the element here, not returning the position. It is returning the element. For what it is returning means, the front pointer what you are using, which is pointing, then only it will be returning. For example, here, see. So the first value will be returned when we are using the peak operation, because it is being pointed to the first value. If it is been deleted, first value, and the front pointer is pointing to the next value, that is the second value, then what could be the value at this point of moment when you're executing the peak statement, peak method? What it is doing, it is giving the second value as the value which is present at the front pointer. So here it will return the element which is being pointed by the front pointer. And then we are having the two methods, that is a overflow, underflow. Overflow means they are being using, that means the elements will be full there and there is no such operation, that is the insertion of the element into the queue will be performed furtherly. And underflow means we can't delete any element from that one. Why? Because it is also an empty one. So it is an empty one. We don't have the privilege to delete an element here. What you have to do is nothing but we need to insert the elements into that one. So these are the algorithms we are using for processing. Algorithm for entering the element into the queue, that is inserting an element, and after that we have the dequeue. So first one here is, we need to initialize the elements which has been pointing to that one. So likewise I said, we are having the array like structure. We will start from 0 to 1. So here at that representation, what you have to do, we need to take front is equals to 0 and rear equals to -1. When it has been initialized, what it has to do, it has been taken that front and the rear is equals to 0. That is initialized has been done, and we are mentioning that the queue what have been specified is an empty one. And coming to the next, to enter means to insert an element to check whether it is an empty one or not. Means it has having the full of elements or not, that is overflow condition is been there or not, we need to check there. How I am going to perform that one here is, the front could be specified as a 0 and the rear could be moving. The rear would be moving to the from here to there. If you see the next representation, so here what it is specifying, that the front is the 11 and the next rear is moving to the next like that. So likewise what it is doing, it is specifying that the rear, if the rear is a maximum size and the next front is equals to 0, what we have to do, we need to specify there is no such indication of inserting an element. See here, the front is equals to 0, rear is equals to maximum size here. How many elements we have been, what is the size of that one, that array structure we are using, 5, and it has been reached at the maximum point. If there, then there is no any chance of inserting an element into that one, then this condition is being specified as a overflow. Okay. So first we need to check whether overflow condition is there or not. So that's why what could be the values to be checked by the these variables means the front could be 0 only, and then next rear be specified as a maximum size. When it has been reached the maximum size, what has to do? It has to be specified that overflow will occur, and then we need to exit from that. That is a specification what you have given. If it is not the overflow, means the rear is not equals to the maximum size. So maximum size, what you have to do is nothing but if the front is equals to null, null means no value has been specified there. What has to do is nothing but we need to specify that these two values, that is these two variables, front and rear, has to be set, and we need to give the values to that one. So here in this representation, front is equals to rear and then is equals to 0. That is the queue has been initialized and no values has been inserted in that one. If it is not like that, means if it is not the null value, what it is doing is it is specifying that the rear should be the maximum value. If the rear enters to the maximum value, then set the rear equals to 0. So if it is front equals to null, what you have to do is nothing but we need to take rear is equals to rear plus 1 and q of rear is equals to the item what it is ban has to be inserted here. So likewise, we will perform the action of insertion here. So first see, so this is an empty array for the queue what we are using with the 5 values, 5 empty spaces here. Now I'm going to insert the 11 as an element to the queue. So first we need to check the status of the queue. So first how we are processing the front is equals to null and then rear is not equals to the maximum size. Then what you have to do, we need to represent that this could be processed, that the value will be inserted into the position at front is equals to 0. When we are inserting, what you have to do is nothing but the rear will be updated to the next point. That is rear is equals to rear plus 1, 0 plus 1, which is equals to 1. So the rear and his could be the next to be inserted will be at this position. And then next, coming to the next one, 22. So here the 22 will be inserted into this one. So here how it is going to process means, see here we are having that value. So it said rear is equals to rear plus 1, q of rear is equals to item. So whenever we are getting into that one, what it is processing? It is processing the values into that one. That is rear is equal to 1, q of 1, that is the value, the subscript 1 what you are presenting will be stored with the value 22 and the updations will be done. Rear is equals to 1 plus 1, that is equals to 2, and front would be the same value 0 because it will point to the first element only which has been inserted, and the rear will be the moving one. And coming to the next one, 33 and then 44. So while inserting, what it is doing is been moving this point, it is moving towards the right side to insert the next values there. After inserting fourth position value means 4, that is q of 4, what it is doing, it is been checking for the whether next value will be inserted or not. So how we are going to check the possible check for the overflow condition. So what is that one? Front is equals to 0, as front is equals to 0 and rear is equals to 4. What is the size of an representation is that's the maximum size is been considered here. So maximum size means 4 plus 1, that is after entering the value, what it is doing, it is been updated. Rear is equals to 4 plus 1, 5. What is the size of the structure we are using? It is been considered with the 5 elements, that is a 5. So here the rear element has been used has been reached the maximum value. Then it could be the overflow. Then you need to perform the that is a deletion operations if you want to insert another value into your queue. So that's about the insertion of the elements into the queue. And coming to the next one, that is the algorithm which is used for dequeuing. So first we need to check whether it is the underflow one or not. If it is an underflow one, what it has to do? We need to wait for the insertion of the elements into that one. If it is like that, means if it is underflow, if it is not underflow condition, then we will allow the elements to be inserted from there. So first check for this underflow. How we are checking for the underflow condition means we need to specify that if the front value is less than -1 or not. Okay, so here, sorry, front is less than the 0 or not. So what it has to do, if the front is less than the 0, then we can specify that we are under the underflow, means there is no such value to be processed, and we will stop there itself. If it is not like that, we will means delete the elements here. How we are going to delete the elements here is we need to set the item. If it is not satisfying here, go for the next step. That is a set item is equals to q of front. So what is the current item here? Q of front is q of 0. Initially it is pointing to the 0 here. Q of 0, and what it is doing? It is been specifying that. What it has to the item to be deleted is this one. And then next, coming to the next representation, if the front is equals to rear, what you have to do is nothing but we need to stop there itself only. So see here, when you are reaching to the last element, the front and the rear values will become to the equal. So then you need to stop the deletion of the variables here. So why so here is, if you deleted this of the variable, what it has to do, the empty means the q what you are using will be specified as an empty. So if the front is equals to rear, what you have to do, you need to specify reset the values to the front is equals to rear, which is equals to null, means this one, front is equals to rear equals to 1. After deleting the fourth value which has been inserted, what it is already is doing, it is specifying that the front value and the rear value will be null here. So here by this situation, what you the q what you have been inserted the elements has become an empty one. So that's the thing. So if it has been reached the maximum point, we need to reinitialize one with a null one, that is 0. If not, if the front is equals to maximum size, what you have to do is nothing but front is equals to 0, means it has been reached to the 5. 4 plus 1, that is a 5. What you have to do is nothing but you need to represent that as a 0. And after performing, we need to increment the front at each and every deletion. See here. So we are taking the elements which has been inserted previously, and the front is been representing the first element here. We will delete that element. After deleting that element, if you see, the front value is incrementing. In the insertion, the rear value what you are representing is incrementing here. But in the deletion, here the front value is incrementing and the rear value will be specified as a maximum size only. Sorry, not maximum size. The last one what you are pointing here, because the maximum, that is n value, is being specified as a 5 now. So here the subscript of that one will be stored into that one. So rear could be 5, and then next the front is equals to specified as a 0. Sorry, 0 plus 1, which is a 1 here. And then next, whenever you are deleting an element, what you have to do is nothing but we need to update the front value to the next one, that is sorry, to the right side of that one, because to ensure that the next element to be deleted will be this one, means that is a 22. So if you want to delete the 22, this item will be deleted, and then what it is doing is it is updating the front value and it is moving to and so here it is moving to the right side of that one and it is pointing to the 33 there. So whenever an element has been deleted, what it is doing, it is updating the value of the front and it is pointing to the next value to be deleted. And in the insertion, what it is doing, it is been inserting an element and updating the rare value to ensure that the value to be inserted to be done at this particular point only. If you see this one. So after insertion, while insertion, what it is doing, it is performing the 22. So 22 be inserted at the 1, but what it is doing, it is not specifying the rare and should be here only. So the next insertion point will be the right side of the inserted one. So that's why what it is doing, it is been specified to the next one here. So likewise, here also what it is doing, the front value is incrementing, and then next we are going to be pointed to the next value to be deleted. So how far it will be done? How far it will be in processing? How far it will be done means it is being using many values to be inserted and many values to be deleted, but somewhere it has to stop now. So here, whenever it is reaching to this extreme point, that is the extreme point means the stopping point of this one, then it will be considered as a last deletion point for that processing. So here, whenever we are considering that the rare value and the front value has been equal here, then at this point of time, what we are doing, we need to stop the processing of that queue, and then next we need to get to the insertion of that one. Okay, so here the front value is 44. After deletion means while deletion only, what it is doing, it is updating the value, that is the value could be the 3, and then next the value could be the 4. So after deleting this value, what could be the answer here? It will be reached to the empty queue where we have been started the insertion of the element there. So after deleting the element at the position 4, what it is doing, it is been taking that this element what you are doing will be considered as an empty one. So the front and the rear element what you are choosing could be specified as a thing that is a representing front and the rear is equals to null factor only. So then it is being specified as a the deletion of the operations will be stopped there itself, because there are no such elements to be deleted furtherly. Then you have to insert at least an element to into that queue. After that, you need to perform the deletion of that element from the queue. So likewise, we will perform all these things on the representations of these queue and there is NQ and DQ. So if you go for the previous one, so what we have seen, what is an element, that is what is a queue. So what is a queue means? It is a linear. It is also a linear data structure. But what it is representing here is, it is being taking into consideration that the first one which has been entered into that one, the first one will be that is accessed or the served. So means the first one enter into that queue or into that one will be the first one to be deleted there. So that's why what we are doing, we are maintaining the two ends into that one. So for entering into that one, rare end will be specified as a entering one, and then next for the deletion we are using the front end to be specified. So here the last element will be means whether you are inserting a single element or the multiple elements into that one, the last element will be pointed as a rare pointer here. Means for if you are considering this example, that is the first one, we didn't started the processing here, so it's an empty one. So this empty one will be specifying that the front and rear are pointing to that one. Whenever you are trying to insert an element, what it is doing during the insertion, it is representing that the rear could be point to the next to be inserted space. So that's why what it is doing, it is been specifying that the rear element could be at the subscript of the one, that is it being used for the next insertion. Whereas coming to the next that is a dequeuing, what it is doing, it is taking the deletion of the 11th that is the first element, and then next what it is doing, it is been updating the front value to specify that the next to be deleted value could be this one. So likewise, what we are doing, we are specifying these values to be done that these could follow such representations, and achieve the things for what it has been designed. Okay. So if you go for the elements, what you are, sorry, the operations, what you are having means here we are using how many operations? 5 operations into the consideration. So what are the 5 operations here? So for example, if you want to get the value of the element which is being pointed by the front pointer, then you will execute the peek method. So if you see the peek method being executed on these example, so the peek method will give the same answer when you are dealing with the insertion. So because see here, at the insertion, the front won't be updated, or the front will be the same here. So the front will be 0 only. But wherever you are inserting that the rear and what it is doing, it is been adding the elements to that one. So what is the current position, or the what is the element to be accessed by this first pointer will be in that insertion that is of an element into the queue. At any point, if you want to execute the peek method, you will get the value as a 11 only. If you see this example, execute the peek method before the deletion of this one, the front pointer is pointing to the variable, that is the value which is at the subscript 0, that is a 11. If I am executing this one, if I am executing this one peek method before this one, so I am getting the value of the 22, next 33, next 44, and the next 55. Okay. If I want to access the methods, the remaining methods, that is is full, is empty. So how I am going to process here? So is full means what you are specifying, we are to specify that any overflow is there or not, any underflow is there not, we need to check. So is full means we are not able to insert any value into that one. Is empty means we are not able to that is delete an element into that one. So if it is being considered as an empty one, means like this, as an empty one, then there could be no chance of accessing an element or the deletion an element from this point. But coming to the next, that is if you want to insert that one, if it is an empty one, what you are doing, it is an underflow means there is a chance of entering the elements or inserting the elements into that structure what we are representing. And coming to the last representation, this will be an example for the overflow. So here we are having the 5 spaces. The 5 spaces has been used by the user. Which means they having some input elements there, data elements there. Then if you want to perform an insertion operation on this one, it could not be possible. Why? Because I don't have any space here. So that's why we are checking for the overflow here. So if it is an overflow, then what it has to do? We need to wait for the deletion of the element here, and it could be entered some that is at the rear end. And then next what it is doing, it is been specifying that it has been considered as a new element to be processed. And if you want to insert the element after deletion of the 11, then it will be possible one element insertion will be done here. So likewise, these NQ and then DQ operations will be performed on a queue. So that's about today's class, ma. So this is operations, whatever this is about the queue and the operations what you are using, and the examples how it is going to be performed on the entering of the elements and also the deletion of the elements from that one. Thank you.